Hi, we're here with Varun Verma from the Backup Exec technology team to discuss centralized management of larger Backup Exec environments from one location, centralized management. So Varun, we'll turn the time over to you to take us through that.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that introduction. So yes, today I'm going to talk about Backup Exec centralized administration capabilities using an option called CASO. So it's an acronym for Central Admin Server Option. So ideally, so the question most customers ask is when would they ideally deploy or use or install this option called CASO? Because it's an expensive option, so when to ideally deploy that one? So ideally, when you want a centralized administration, centralized job management from one single console. So ideally, you would probably deploy, one of the use cases could be that, or you want to run reports across your Backup Exec media servers in the environment. So you probably, another use case is that. So there are a lot of variety of use cases. So essentially, Backup Exec central admin server option is a set of technologies used to improve the manageability of Backup Exec servers, monitoring capabilities of multiple Backup Exec servers using a single console, which is deployed at the Backup Exec CAS server itself. So this is an example diagram, so I'm going to explain where and how would you deploy the Backup Exec CASO option, where and how. So if you have, like for example, if you have 5 Backup Exec servers, you would ideally elevate any one of them as a Backup Exec central admin server. So ideally that server should be in a disaster recovery location. So that serves the purpose because it holds so much of critical information across which is coming from across your organization. So anything happens with that with any of the Backup Exec media servers or servers, so you can restore that server back from the central admin server option. So a good use case of deploying would be a disaster recovery location.
So Varun, quick question for you. So I noticed that you have different versions of Backup Exec on these managed media servers down here. So what are some things to keep in mind if you have different versions of media servers being managed from one central admin server?
So yes, you should be, that's a good point, Bill, and you can manage multiple versions of Backup Exec in the same environment using a central admin server option from the single console, but that feature is supported but not recommended for an elongated period. So it's only supported for a rolling upgrade when a customer is moving one version, the last version of his Backup Exec server, the older version, to the newer version. So ideally, it should be at the same version as that of the CAS. So that is recommended. So talking about the example architecture here, so at the top level, it's a 3-level architecture as you can see. So the number 1 would be the Backup Exec CAS option here, which we have elevated the position of CAS, and second level would be the multiple Backup Exec servers in your environment. It can either be in a remote office or a branch office. So that's another good use case for deploying CASO to manage your multiple Backup Exec servers if you have them in a remote office or a branch office. And the third level will be the protected clients. Mind it that the central admin server can also directly protect a client, an Exchange or a SQL or SharePoint. So it can also do that. Another good feature of Backup Exec central admin server option is the load balancing feature. So what it does is a Backup Exec, you can create device pool or server pool. So for example, you have a couple of Backup Exec servers. You can have a virtual server pool, and or you can have a device pool if you have multiple devices, a tape library or a disk connected to multiple Backup Exec servers. For example, these 2 servers have a few disks and tapes, so I can have a device pool, and I can delegate a task from this server to any one of these servers. If that job is in a device pool and it cannot find a device on this primary server, it will find the next available device in that device pool. So in that case, jobs don't fail. So you have less headache for backup admins there. So very nice feature. And in case of a Backup Exec server pool, if that job is delegated a task from Backup Exec central admin server option to one of the Backup Exec servers, managed Backup Exec servers, and if that server is busy or unavailable to carry out that load function, it passes on to the next server in that pool. So very nice feature there.
That's great, Varun. So certainly we have a 3-tier architecture, centralized job management, centralized reporting, centralized monitoring of your status. All that pooling stuff talked about is cool stuff. So thank you for the presentation, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.